ne Jjuuko Francis Elvis n'abatannakwatibwa ennaku z'omwezi aya 31 omwezi oguwedde omwaka oguwedde ennaku z'omwezi nga 1 omwezi guno omwaka guno Freedom City Mall Namasuba Wakiso District ngeri y'obulagajjavu baviirako obulamu bw'omuntu omu okusaanawo ono amanyikiddwa nga Nakatumba Magre kigambibwa nti gwe ne Jjuuko Francis Elvis n'abalala tannakwatibwa ennaku z'omwezi 31 omwezi oguwedde omwaka oguwedde ennaku z'omwezi nga 1 omwezi guno omwaka guno Freedom City Namasuba Wakiso District mu ngeri y'obulagajjavu mwaviirako obulamu bw'omuntu omu okusaanawo amanyikiddwa nga Kizito Ibrahim mukola ekirangiro ekyembagirawo nti abantu bonna bafulume bave mu kifo we baali okwali n'omugenzi batambule bagende mu parking yard balabe fireworks ng'okimanyi bulungi nti geeti ezisinga zaali ziggaddwa nga muleseewo geeti emu entono esobola kuyitamu bantu basukka mitwalo 2 oddamu ki gwogwo omusango namba 3 omusango namba
He has also his other also.
What is documents?
He's a resident of Diplomat Zone 001.
Musenero Brian mulumanya ko ekitangiro ky'embagirawo nti abantu bonna batambula omwali n'omugenzi bave mu kifo we baali bagende mu parking yard balabe fireworks ng'okimanyi bulungi nti enzigi ezibafumya zaali ziggaddwa mwesewo oluggi lumu olutono ennyo tusobola kuyisamu bantu mitwalo 2 omusango namba 10 kwolesa bulagajjavu ku mulimu gwo kyaviirako omuntu omu okufa kigambibwa nti gwe Abe Musinguzi ng'okimanyi bulungi nti enzigi ezaali zibafulumya ziyite geeti zaali ziggaddwa nga mulesewo geeti emu entono tusobola kuyitamu bantu basukka mitwalo 2 omusango namba 9 kwolesa bulagajjavu ku mulimu gwo ekyaviirako omuntu omu okufa kigambibwa nti gwe Abe Musinguzi olusi omanyikibwa Abitex ne Jjuuko Francis n'abatannakwatibwa ennaku z'omwezi 3 omwezi gwa Desemba omwaka oguwedde ennaku z'omwezi nga 1 omwezi guno omwaka guno.
Well, they were arraigned on 13 counts of causing death or injuries to several people on account of being negligent and indulging in what they called rash act. So basically those are the charges. So each victim constituted a count. That's why they are many. But by and large, the charge is negligent and rash act all through, from count number 1 up to the last one, the 13th one. But why they are separated like that? It's because each individual who was involved in this incident, each death is considered as a count. So basically those are the charges. And we have put in our bail application. I'm glad that it has been entertained and a ruling delivered in a record time. And our prayers have been granted. They have been admitted to bail on fair conditions, I should say, because the requirement was that they pay 2 million Uganda shillings cash, which of course, well, it may sound a little high, but considering the circumstances of the case, we find it reasonable, and our clients are ready to pay. They have been directed to report back on 7th. The state insists they are continuing with the investigations. And our call is that the investigations be conducted professionally, because in all this process, they have manifested sloppiness in the way they have conducted these investigations. Sloppiness in such a way that they are claiming there are so many people who are still at large. Even when we were before court, they said one of our sureties is one of such people who is still at large, who is on the run, when indeed is within the precincts of court. His particulars are well known, and they are just, it clearly indicated they are taking a gamble. They are taking a gamble on a matter which is serious, which is grave. This is a grave matter. Death, the number of deaths that occurred, the stampede that happened, the mayhem that was occasioned there, and of course the humanitarian crisis occasioned is of such a great magnitude that would warrant serious investigation. Not only picking scapegoats, Abitex or Abe Musingus and the poor MC, these are just scapegoats. The real people who are responsible for this, unfortunately, have not been brought before court. Abitex is on record, he was not the one who organized the fireworks. No. So we are asking up to now, who is that person who was licensed to have fireworks? And he was negligent to, who is that particular person that was licensed to have those fireworks without putting in place all the contingency measures? So we were asking that there must have been measures put in place, contingencies, to guarantee safety of the people, because that would be paramount. And we are asking ourselves a very fundamental question. Where are the safety measures put in place? And could it be that some people in police were sleeping on their job? Because they were hired for the purposes of protecting the people there, protecting lives there, and also deal with the issues to do with the crowd management. And they are trained to do that. But we are surprised again and shocked to see that the commandant of the troops that were on duty that night is not here. He's not in the dock. And they are not even mentioning him. Because this is the first person who should stand in the dock. Another person who is equally culpable is the owner of that Freedom City. Because all necessary measures ought to have been put in place. When you expect over 20,000 people to turn up for a concert and to come and witness all that transpired on that day, including fireworks, definitely you could foresee a commotion breaking out. And all safety nets should be put in place to ensure that you avert any calamity of that nature. That was really required of the owner of the premises. But as you heard from the charge sheet, all other outlets, all other openings had been closed. They had been locked. It was only one opening which was left to serve as an entry and exit from the venue of the concert to the place where they had put the fireworks. Only one exit. You can imagine. It was foreseeable that it was going to cause that kind of stampede, which was fatal in nature. And who is culpable? Who is responsible for this? Definitely, it is the owner of the premises. Unfortunately, that gentleman has not been arraigned, which is really very, very unfortunate. And the other person who is equally culpable is the commandant of the police and all the troops that were on duty, because that was their obligation. So we still insist, yes, in as much as our clients are before court here, good thing the prosecution has indicated they are continuing with investigations. Let them dig deep and get to the root of the matter. The victims of this calamity need justice. They need justice. The people who lost their lives, they bereaved families. There are people who lost their loved ones in that incident. I know of a lady who lost her only 2 kids in that incident. These hapless people need justice, nothing else but justice. So, but they will not get justice with the selective application of the law we are witnessing here. They will not get justice with the police coming up with the trumped-up charges against the weak. The weak, that is Abitex and his co-accused. And they will not get justice as long as the owner of the premises is being shielded away from the long arm of the law, together with the manager and all the police officers who were on duty. So basically that is our call, that is our demand.